Tonight on the Invention Laboratory, we talk about the different networking tools that you can use to build your production team, fan base, or client list. How many times have you heard this? If you want to be successful, you have to network. It's all about who you know. That generic statement is correct, but it's a lot more than shaking hands and kissing babies. There are many different ways to participate in networking, but understanding why each is important to your creative, marketing, and sales process is key. We've already explored social media in detail, and by now you understand its effect on the process. What we haven't touched on is the social media platform that carries the most weight when it comes to credibility and professional decorum. LinkedIn is a business platform geared toward professionals. It's an opportunity for you to establish relationships with a transparent paper trail. Unlike Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, your profile is equipped with your resume, a list of companies that you follow and value, as well as a list of other industry professionals that have recommended you or validated your expertise in certain skill sets. The platform allows you to connect with other creators, screen possible employment candidates, and to research organizational charts for companies. Knowing your decision maker is an important factor when attempting to schedule a presentation in the future. While we're still on the online train, let's chat about online forums. There are hundreds of forums to participate in, and one of the most popular being Reddit. Online forums give you the opportunity to engage in conversation with like-minded people and offer your expertise free of charge. It's also a great place to learn as long as you can decipher credible information from fluff or misinformation. Gaining popularity in these groups will make you a go-to source for credible information. Facebook groups are also another avenue for niche-specific information. The point in which we merge our online profile and our in-person personality is an interesting juncture. Instead of switching cold turkey from one to the other, consider a product called the Blue Smart Card from a company called Blue Social. The Blue Smart Card is a business card that allows you to share all of your social media information with others without needing a mobile app, so no more wasting business cards. This is also an incredible presentation material at large business networking events. In addition to your social media profile, you can also share contact information, website and internet content, and for you creators, you can share your digital prototype, invention demo, research reports, licensing requirements, patent information, sales numbers, and just general business information. That being said, standard business cards still have their place at networking events, but they need to stand out. It's also a nice backup to the Blue Smart Card if your crowd is older and smartphones aren't really their thing. Some of the ways to make a card stand out is through design, materials, and content. When considering the design, try changing the orientation of the business card. Everyone uses the left to right landscape view. Try designing on the vertical template instead. When selecting your materials, consider what's going to make that card stand out as it's being shuffled through your client's hand. A matte finish, embossing, velvet accents, or simply the thickness of the card. Pay up for the higher quality cardstock. The content of your card also needs an X factor. I once received a card that simply said, "You don't need the card, you already know me." Of course, I didn't know that person, but I questioned myself, and I researched that person just to be sure that I wasn't being rude for not remembering them. Trade shows and conferences are simply a law of averages. More people, more context. Will you meet everyone? No. Do you need to? Probably not. This does, however, increase your chances of connecting with the right people. Choose your trade show or conferences that will relate to your product or at least the industry. If it's a general business trade show, only focus on the breakout rooms that will help your business or increase your skill set in a weak area. If you're curious if trade shows are really still worth your time, revisit episode 18. There are a few other networking tools that are often overlooked when building a business: co-working and in-person meetups. After you spend the time, energy, and effort to collect and make these contacts, what should you do with that information besides add them to your newsletter and email marketing list? Research each connection and determine where they can benefit you most. If you're unsure, maybe you might consider asking them to coffee or a happy hour to gather that information. In-person meetups can also be done in groups. Collective minds are also going to be more powerful than yours alone. Creating your own miniature networking events amongst the people in your circle will create a think tank and also a social outlet for entrepreneurs. Building a business can be a very lonely endeavor. These gatherings can also lead way to co-working opportunities. If you're just now making the transition from the corporate world to working from home, you'd be surprised how much you miss the social interaction of the water cooler and the lunch table. Being early in the process, it also might not be the best idea for you to rush out and rent office space, pay additional utilities and insurance. Even if you do make that decision, it still doesn't solve your coworker issue. Why not split the cost and surround yourself with coworkers that are on the same or a similar path? There are co-working spaces for rent all over the country, but you might even consider simply picking a few friends and switching up the coffee shop with free Wi-Fi every few weeks until you care to make the plunge. These relationships will serve you and your business as it continues to grow. Networking is absolutely necessary, but networking just for the sake of attending an event is a waste of time and money. So remember, choose your events carefully, come prepared with quality networking materials, and find ways to continue the experience after the event's conclusion, even if it's just an appointment to attend the same event next year and share a table, a hotel room, or a drink at the after party. Thanks for tuning in to episode 28, and as always, reach out to me with any questions you'd like to have answered in future episodes. Until next time, take care.